start out with a ponytail, and make sure that your ponytail is exactly where you want your frontal ponytail to be. You do not have to have a sleek mode for this hairstyle. Usually if I was using a single frontal, my ponytail, my mode would have been laid. I would have flat ironed my hair and everything, but since none of my hair will be out in this hairstyle, I just put it in a regular ponytail. Like, I didn't use a lot of products. So now we're going to be starting off with a stocking cap. And first, I'm just going to be putting on my head and cutting out, just so I can like get like a feel to where I want my ponytail at. But yeah, right now I'm just going to be taking my Got To Be Glued hair gel, and I sprayed it with the freeze spray. And the reason why I did that, just so it could be extra secured on my head. So, because sometimes like when I do the ball cap method, it tends to like be sticking up and looking like not as melted as I would like. So that's why I did that part, and I made sure to put extra freeze spray on my hair. I just better secure it down right, cut down on ears and stuff so it could be sitting right on your ear and hairline, because you don't want it to be bulky. So now I'm taking a blow dryer and I'm just basically trying to dry it, and I usually just let it dry by itself, but today was my sister's birthday, so I was literally rushing to do my hair. So now I'm just going to be showing you guys that I cut off the seam on the front too, which is usually at the back, and the reason why I did that was so that it wouldn't give off that bulky effect. So I'm just now noticing that I didn't get like me cutting off the full cap as far as like recording, but I'm just going back and cutting off the little lace that's not lace, but stocking cap that's left on my head. And I'm also going to be going back and putting like some more of the gel and the freeze spray on there, because like you guys, I don't know about y'all, but when I do hair, it's always the ball cap. Getting that right takes me forever. Like the frontal, I can get it on in no time, but it's always getting that ball cap melted and that ball cap method right. It be that for me. Like that's what takes me forever to do my hair. So y'all gonna see me constantly going back, just making sure and ensuring that the cap is secured, and also that it looks melted and giving what it's supposed to give. So now for the frontal, I'm just going to be putting it on my head just so I can like size it to see how big is the frontal on my head, because I already know I'm going to have to cut some off, because it always be like that. Wigs or frontals never fit my head, like, you know, small head game. But yeah, so right here I'm just going to be sizing it just to see how much I got to cut off. And as you guys can see, I have to cut off quite a bit. Then I'm just going to be putting the frontal in a ponytail, because now it's time to sew this on my head. But before I sew it, that's what I'm going to be doing right here after I get done pinning it. So after I pin up the frontal to my head, I'm just going to be taking my needle and thread, and I'm going to start sewing from my ear towards the ponytail. But I am not going to sew all the way up to the ponytail, because some of that frontal I need it to be loose so it can go on top of my ponytail and cover my real hair. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this part right here. Okay, so now that I'm done sewing the frontal on, just want to put the hair back and put it in the ponytail just so I can get prepared to start gluing my frontal on. And I'm really excited about this part because, like, this is my favorite part right here. Like, once the frontal is on and I really get to see the look, like, it be that for me. Like, seeing that transformation, like, it be everything. Especially like when you don't normally do your hair and being able to do this by yourself. Like, I was just so proud of myself because, like, I don't do hair. I don't know how to braid, none of that. I just know how to get myself together. So now I'm just going to be pinning this back. Then I'm just going to start putting on my cheap ass glue, which is the Ghost Bond. I hate this glue, but my real glue is on the way. Here by Erica J. Like, you know, trying to get that taste slay. But yeah, for now, I'm just using this. And I'm just going to be taking this stick because I don't really like how when you squeeze out the glue, to me, too much comes out. Like, every time I squeeze it, I over squeeze it. So I just like this because I be able to put it on where I need to put it on precisely. Just going to be putting on like 2 to 3 layers, probably not even 3 layers of glue down, and that was because of my circumstances. I was rushing. I was having people calling me, asking me where I was, so I couldn't really wait for it to dry to apply as many layers as I would like to. So yeah, I only put like 2 layers. So do better than me. Okay, don't y'all should have this done the day before. But see me, I had to go buy my hair yesterday, so at that time I couldn't start it the same day. I was just tired. I was out that whole day shopping and stuff, so I just waited the next day, which is just the day of the dinner, to do my hair. But yeah, I got it done. Okay, so while the glue is drying, I'm just going to be cutting off the back of the cap and the excess of the cap because you don't really need that and you don't really want that showing because once you put your other frontal on, you will see that. So now I'm just going to be placing my frontal on the glue, and as you guys can see, I'm going to be taking my comb and just pushing it inside. I mean, not inside, but on the glue because I don't really want to use my fingers because, you know, like our finger have oil and dirt and stuff, so that would tend to, like, take up the glue. Like, I don't know why, but it does. So I'm just going to be safe and going to be using this tail comb. Just like to kind of like dab it, comb it in there. Like, I don't really necessarily push it, I dab it. So now it's time to melt it, but before I tie the elastic band around my head, I'm just going to be parting out what I want to be my baby hair. So as you guys can see, I'm just going to be going around the perimeter of my hair, and I'm just going to be pulling out what I want it to be baby hair, and then I'm going to put the stretch band around my hair, and that's just so it can stay in place and it helps it melt better when the glue is still wet. So basically this right here helps the drying process, helps the lace melt into your skin and it looks more like skin. So now I'm just going to be tying an excess stretch band around my perimeter of my head just for extra security. It's not needed if you don't want to, you don't have to, but I just wanted to do it just to ensure that it's super melted and flat. Then after that, I'm going to start working on the back frontal. So while I got that melting and drying and stuff, I'm going to move on to the back frontal, and I'm going to start by cutting off that thick seam that you always see on the frontal. So yeah. So now it's finally time to take off those during stretch bands. And I don't know about y'all, but that be feeling like taking off my bra. I just love taking those off. It be hurting so bad to me. But now we're about to start measuring the back frontal just to see like how much I have to cut off. And I actually had to cut off a lot because like there was a lot left over. Like, as you guys want to see, like it was damn near the whole front, the half of frontal that I had to cut off. So once I get done measuring that, then I'm just going to be cutting off the frontal to fit my head. And once I do that, it's time to sew it and install it. So now it's time to start sewing the frontal on. And guys, like I'm sorry about the weird angle that I am recording at, but it was so hard to do this from the back because like I couldn't see nothing. I'm just basically going off filling everything. So once I get that sewed in, then we're going to work on the next part because I could not get this camera angle right, you guys. I was trying to get it right for you guys, but hopefully you guys can still see what I'm doing. I'm basically just sewing across from like how I did the first frontal from my ear, and then I stop by the ponytail, then I start on the other side and stop before I get to the ponytail. So that's basically the sewing method that I am doing on this part. Now that I'm done sewing, I'm just going to take this clip and I'm just going to clip the frontal up just so I can ensure that I don't get any glue on there because like I can't see in the back of my head. So I just wanted to make sure that I got less glue on the hair as possible. So I'm just going to be taking that and putting that on my nape all the way in the back and just filling it out basically because like I didn't have no help or any mirror that I could look at with this process. So once I do that, I'm just going to be applying 2 layers of glue. Then I'm going to be blow drying it to dry it. Now that I got everything all dry with the blow dryer, I'm going to be placing my frontal on top of the glue. Then I'm just going to be taking my tail comb and I'm just going to be pressing it into the glue. I feel like when you press it, rather than just place it on there, it makes it melt more better and it also makes it stick longer and better. So I'm just going to be going back and forth, pressing it, then I'm going to put my band on there. So now that I have the stress band on the back of my hair melting and drying, I'm just going to take this pressing comb and I'm just going to put it on the stove just for it to heat up so I can start straightening my ponytail. Then I can go over it with the pressing comb. So I took the stretch band off and now I'm just filling it just to ensure that it's glued in the right correct place. So now I'm just going to be fixing up my ponytail, making sure not to comb in my baby hairs because I need some baby hairs. And I'm just going to be trying to get my ponytail straightened. So now I'm taking my pressing comb and I'm just going to be flattening it just to give it a more press down natural look because you don't want your ponytail looking all boxy. You want it to look very natural and flat. So that's what I'm doing right here. Next, I'm going to start parting out my baby hairs in the back of my hair just so I can start positioning and start putting my ponytail together. So as you guys can see, I have lace right there. I'm gonna cut all that off. Y'all will see at the end. But anyway, so I'm just trying to place my frontal like how I would like it to be. So I'm just going to add a little more glue right there. Well, not more, but I'm going to add some glue right there. So this is my first time doing this, y'all. So I didn't know where I was supposed to add the glue exactly, but I'm going to be putting some glue behind my ears just to make that part of the frontal fit. So, oh no, I'm actually going to be sewing it. And then afterwards, once I sew it, it's still going to be like a little bit left over. And then I'm going to add the glue on there. Now it's time to start cutting off the lace in the front, and I'm just going to be using this eyebrow razor that I have. That's what I find very easy to do with, because like the scissors right here, so I sometimes tend to like put like my baby hair, or can't get close enough to where I want to create my hairline. So it works much easier. But please make sure when you is using that it's a new one, because when it's old, like it be so hard. Like sometimes you have to pull so hard that your lace will start looking a little bit. So that's why I always recommend you to use a newer one. Go get it. Just go. And by the way, I had to glue that back down. So my ponytail, I kept saying that was lifting. So I had to just try to glue that down. I didn't have time to let the glue get clear and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna, hopefully, you know, it's gonna come out right, because once I lay that back down with my baby hairs, it's just gonna start sticking how it's supposed to. So now I'm just going to tie down my stretch band again around my edges, just like to get it more melted, because of the fact that I had to glue down certain spots on the side and stuff, and they wasn't as melted as I would have. So now I'm just going to be taking my pressing comb, and that just basically helps makes my hair way flatter than what it already is. That's just going to help give the ponytail more of a flat, natural look. Trying to fix my ponytail as much as I can. I'm going to be using this Slick Stick by, I forget Korean, I forget, it's like, I'll insert it below, but I'm just going to be using it just to help my hair stick up, like stick in place. And then I'm just going to be trying to fix my ponytail to my liking, as you guys will see. done with that and I got my ponytail to my liking, I'm just going to be putting my elastic on there. I love this so much. It just gives the ponytail so much dimension, and also it's time to work on these baby hairs. Well, Gorilla Snot actually, and I'm just going to be trying to comb my baby hairs. I find that this works way better for me to shape my baby hairs before I cut them, because once I cut them, it gives me like a dimension to like how short the baby hairs needs to be, because I sometimes have trouble cutting too short. So that's what I'm going to be doing right here, and I know I'm going to be fixing my baby hairs for a long time, and that's because like this glue, I hate this glue so much. It doesn't, like, once you start doing your baby hairs, it tends to like make your lace come up. So I'm just trying to be very quick with it. So I'm just going to be doing all my baby hairs, as you guys will see. sideburns, and I don't like my sideburns too short, so I'm going to be curling with my trusty dusty flat iron, and that really helps me to get like that very defined curl look, because I just don't like them to look like regular baby hairs. I like my sideburns to give like that very fluffy type of look. That's what I was going for. So you're going to see me going back and forth, steady cutting, steady curling, just to try to achieve the look I like. And don't mind that piece of lace behind my ear, because as you guys will see in the finished results that I got that cut off. I just couldn't cut it off by myself, because like I kept almost cutting off my hair, you guys, like seriously. But I had my sister to help me cut it off, and it turned out great. Like, this style was kind of difficult because I was rushing, but other than that, this was a very, very easy go-to style that I will be doing. So now I'm just going to proceed to the other side to do my sideburn. And as you guys can see, it's much harder on this side. I don't know why, but it is. Like, it's much harder to gain control on this side. But as you guys proceed, I will definitely do so. So now I'm all done and I'm going to be showing you guys the hair. I really enjoyed making this video. So let me know if you guys like this video as well. If you got some tips to give a sister, let me know. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave all requests down below. What other type of videos you guys want to see. And let me know if I did a good job, but this is my first frontal ponytail. Like, I feel like I did a great job, especially rushing, you guys. Like, you know, you can't rush perfection. You just can't. But thank you guys so much for watching again. I love and miss you all, and I'm back.
I slayed my hair though. Not the makeup. We already know.